You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Why you gotta take it there?
Retake. This isn't better.
We're not talking about any integrity in
We
this
are
room.
trying to exploit a generation.
Did I ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD? The grease is the gravy.
You guys played footsie under the table.
Yes, but that's irrelevant. I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here. It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere? No, there's vampires everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 134. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my co-host, Adam Ham. Synchronized.
Yeah. Woo!
We did not go over who was going to say whose name. Do I usually say your name?
Not you have been lately, but not usually, because Lance I think likes his.
Oh, Lance
Set.
likes to be introduced.
Right,
And you like to
mine.
introduce yourself.
I do.
That's fair. Fair enough. Fair. Different strokes, different folks.
Indeed.
Did you ever think that name, Different Strokes, was a little gross?
It definitely can be interpreted grossly.
I always thought of that, and I was like, this strokin is a term for something else.
Yeah, but I mean, strokes.
That's bad, too. You die.
I guess.
It's pretty much a bad word all around, except for the painting aspect.
Oh, that reminds me, actually.
Okay.
There was a scare in my family this week.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, what?
yeah,
This is like family health drama?
pretty much.
You, Adam, you had a stroke?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I almost had a stroke when
You found out.
when I found out, or Caitlin called me, my sister, and she called me up and says, "Can you give me a ride to Decatur?" Which is like 40 minutes away from where I am.
Yeah.
And she's in Springfield, which is over an hour away.
Bruce Springfield. Oh, wait, Springsteen. Never mind.
You're thinking maybe Rick Springfield?
Yeah, that man. What did he sing?
He sings stuff. I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Was it Jesse's Girl? Was that him?
Maybe?
All right, yeah, anyway. Going on.
But yeah, she calls me up and says, "Well, Mom said she texted you. Grandpa had a stroke." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So, my sister is kind of a drama queen.
Wow.
And it turns out
Letting that on the air.
a little bit. A little
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
Great person. A little bit of a drama queen.
Okay.
So instantly, I checked my phone, and my mom had texted me. My grandpa went to the hospital under kind of symptoms that were kind of
Strokey.
kind of like
Strokish.
he's kind of in and out of it. You know,
Did
kind
it
of have
turn
a hard-
out that he had different strokes?
did not have different strokes.
Okay. Sorry.
He did not end up having a stroke at all. He ended up
That's
having pneumonia.
Oh, shit. Well, that's
Yeah.
not fun.
No, it's not. But
Better
it's,
than a stroke, though.
it's much more manageable than a stroke.
Yeah.
But the pneumonia, I guess, caused like 105-degree fever,
Ah.
which kind of made him a little bit delirious and kind of memory stuff. And,
Strokey.
yeah, what people around him at the time kind of interpreted as possibly strokey stuff.
Hypochondriacs. All of
Yeah. Well, not my mom. My mom she's worked in hospitals from time to time, and
you. That's always fun when you have a family member that's like a hospital person and they're just
Yeah.
like, "Pfft, that's nothing.
yeah, basically,
You're fine.
yeah.
Put an ice pack on it.
So she pretty much had figured out pretty quickly that it wasn't a stroke,
No.
but they were still taking him in, and she had
Yeah.
talked to my sister, and my sister, of course, went for the most dramatic route.
Yeah.
And anyway, it wasn't. I mean, he was in the hospital. He was in hospital yesterday as well. Just getting kind of rehydrated and pumped with antibiotics and stuff. But
Yeah.
he's gonna be fine. So that's good.
That's good. You know what's interesting about hospitals is, like, I always thought, like, like when you're a kid, you go to a hospital and you get, like, fixed up. It's like a place where you get, like, recharged or, like you go there and you get better. When you're an
Right.
adult, like, hospitals are just a place where you die.
Pretty much. Or a place where you're held against your will while
that's like the worst part. Is like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, it's where people get better. And then when you become an adult, you're like, you go to the hospital, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And like, it's never a good thing. I don't know. It always seems like going to the hospital is a bad result. And you don't get better because you're at the hospital. You just don't die because you're at the hospital.
Yeah, kind of. I think it's just because adults, like, I don't know if it's overcautious parents or something like that, but you always make more trips as a kid than you do as an adult.
That's true. When you're an adult, you're really going, it's serious. When you're a kid, it's like, oh, let's go get that cut checked out.
Right. I mean, parents want the best for their kids, but when it comes to yourself, you're like, oh, I don't want to spend $300 for somebody to check me out this,
Well, the best is like when you have a health plan, like most health plans where you have a deductible.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got like $1,000 deductible or something for a hospital or like doctor's fees.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we hit our cap for the deductible, so freaking go for anything.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to pay for it now.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Spend $1,000, and then you get all the doctors you can eat.
Unless you hit the limit.
Well, there's no limits anymore, though. No limit poker.
Oh, is that one of the?
That's
the
one of the
healthcare.
That's one of the
things?
Obamacare.
Yeah.
Or the American Health Care Act.
Right.
As it is actually known.
Actually titled.
Yes. I think it's that, or it's similar to that. It's like AHA. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there aren't. Well, maybe no. There's something with caps. I know there's no lifetime caps like there used to be.
Right. There's no pre-existing condition. There's no age limit, I think.
It's like, hey, if you work,
yeah,
they have to offer it to you. They can't just be like, oh, you're too sick to go on insurance that covers sick people. I mean, I understand business-wise why it's bad, but it also doesn't work if you have a system that only admits healthy people.
Right.
And it's like, well, then who are you covering? Nobody. And then the sick people can't pay their bills, and it's fucked up anyway. Anyway, that's a healthcare debate. Moving on past political hour. Adam, what were we talking about before we got into the stroke tangent?
Nothing.
Before we got stroking? Oh, because I talked about different strokes.
We talked about different strokes, yeah.
Okay. So how's your week? What'd you do? Anything exciting?
Other than that, not too much.
That's pretty exciting.
I actually saw
a movie.
I did. I went to IHOP and I saw a movie.
At the IHOP?
No.
Oh, okay.
I went to IHOP and then I went to see the movie.
Okay. What movie?
It was Captain America 2, Winter Soldier.
Oh, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
How was it?
I really liked it. A lot.
Was it the winter of our discontent?
No. It was the summer of awesome movie.
The summer of awesome. Adam Eagle Eyes Ham review. Why? Sell me it in 2 sentences.
2 sentences.
Or 45 words.
Or 45
Whichever
words.
one's more confusing for you to calculate in your head.
Okay. How about an actually scary villain?
Do you want that in there?
No.
Okay. How about an actually scary villain
that threatens Captain America?
So you're saying it's not like Mr. Red Skull, who only kills his own men?
Right.
Which is the whole... If you watch Captain America, the first Avenger, Red Skull kills only his own fake Nazi people. He, I think maybe the first scene, he kills some Jewish guy. Remember? Like the very opening, and then that's it, though. And after that, it's all just like, you failed me! And then he kills them. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool when Darth Vader did it, because he was scary, and he choked that one guy, that rebel guy.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a bad day for that guy. First real skirmish of the rebellion.
Yeah.
And you're immediately choked to death by Darth Vader.
That would totally suck.
That would suck. I always thought that scene was ridiculous, and I don't know why. It's one of those childish things, though, and you play out in your mind that first scene in Star Wars when they're waiting at the door for that to open, like in the hallway, and I was like, how much would that suck?
Yeah,
you're just waiting for the door to open to shoot a bunch of people, and you're trapped inside a Death Star or a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
because the Star Destroyer sucked it up inside itself.
And if you think about like the Galactic Empire,
Yeah.
what are the chances in the rebellion that like you're gonna run into the number 2 guy? Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
one of the only 2
I'm just a foot soldier.
Sith remaining. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
It'd be like if like Johnny American Commando like was like got caught behind enemy lines and there's like, oh, there's fucking Hitler's right there.
Yeah.
And he's issuing orders to shoot me. Like, why me? That's bad. That's bad. There's no fucking anyone to save you. You imagine that scene? Think about that. That ship was captured. The people that escaped were just R2-D2 and C-3PO. Everybody else in that ship, they didn't go to prison. Fucking Leia went to prison. What happened to those rebel soldiers? Fucking murdered. Every single one of them.
I don't think that's true. I think I saw like a scene where like the stormtroopers were taking a bunch
escorting them?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, to their death.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's like fucking Nazi Germany. They keep them in camps until they're like, we need a final solution for the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. But, you know, they were evil. That's
They
the
were
whole point.
evil. Yeah.
I mean, they were literally cartoon evil when you think
Oh
about
yeah.
it.
I mean, Darth Vader, he tortures Leia with some kind of weird torture bot.
Yeah, that part's weird.
It's kind of weird.
I think that there's some weird connotations to that scene that I take in a different way because they're like, they shut the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, and there's that weird whirring robot.
Yeah.
Like, and she like looks really legitimately scared.
Yeah.
And like crawls back into the corner, and you're like, oh my god, what are they doing to Leia?
Yeah. Well, the thing that was got me is like it had like one of the needle was presumably some kind of truth serum or something. But I was like,
the fucking robot's a hovering needle.
that's
How
the thing.
dangerous is that?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
It's gonna snap off.
that's gotta be worse than the actual drugs or
Truth
torture.
serum.
Yeah.
You know, you could just gas someone with like
Right.
fucking knockout gas. I mean, they have that. They showed it in the first movie, right? Isn't there like knockout gas that gets used on the Jedi? So like in that first movie, and by the first movie I mean Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Where they infiltrate the Trade Federation ship.
Oh, that's
And
poison.
isn't there like a gas that they put
That's-
on them to like knock them out, and then they
No.
like billow out of it?
That's poison.
Oh, it was poison,
Yeah.
but they survived it somehow. Oh, 'cause
They
they had
held
like
their breath.
mask things.
They held their breath.
Oh, they held their breath. What the fuck?
I think it was poison.
It's just funny. Like, oh, they held their breath. It's like,
Yeah.
why didn't they just let them sit there for a half hour? Why would you open the door after like 30 seconds? But they're good. They're dead.
Yeah.
That's the Trade Federation. They're pretty dumb,
They
just
are
like
pretty
those
dumb.
movies.
Yeah. Agreed.
Anyway, Star Tangent
Star Tangent.
completed. So you saw a movie, The Winter Soldier, and you liked it a lot.
I did like it a lot.
Out of 10.
8.5.
Wow. You're not like Lance though, who like thinks it's the best movie.
Yeah, I was surprised at how good it was.
I think
But
Lance said he liked it more than Avengers.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's too far.
That's too far for me. But it has Black Widow, who is great in it the entire time. She's got that kind of sassy kick your ass thing going on. And they introduced, I don't know if he's like an Avenger or not. In fact, I can't remember his like superhero name, but another dude too, who is like a special soldier guy. And actually, he really handled some interesting kind of patriotic stuff in there. I mean, that's the right movie to do it in. But they kind of deal a lot with, Cap in this new world, and he's not really sure how things work now, and preemptive
I like that a
attacks.
lot.
And
That's really cool.
it is really cool. It's the way they deal with it's really neat. Like, and the other superhero guy, or the guy who kind of becomes a superhero,
Yeah.
is a veteran,
Yeah.
who like works at the local VA or something like that, and ends up talking to Cap. It's really
That's
cool.
what I didn't like about the first one, because it was like, it's 40s time. It's like, all right. It's
I
a
know
little too far.
you hate anything that takes place in the past. I know, but
No, that's not true. I like Downton Abbey.
you do like Downton Abbey. But like even Doctor Who, you're like, if it takes place in the past, forget about it.
It's because the past ones are always like Scooby-Doo episodes, because they're like, oh, there's something crazy, it's a ghost, but actually it's technology, and it's Mr. Peterson all along. Every time with those old Doctor Who episodes. It is. And they generally have nothing to do with the plot. It's because the people that write Doctor Who like to wank around in the history of the Earth too much. Give me sci-fi, goddammit.
I like several of those.
Yeah, there's some that are good, but for the most part, they're kind of like, cool, it's World War I when Britain was the best. Yay. Like,
Dude,
okay, we get it.
That one where he goes back in time with Martha Jones and he's like a human, like professor guy.
Oh, that one's really weird.
That one's really good.
Yeah, I like that, actually.
Yeah.
That's because they went really far with it and made him, like, lose all of his powers.
I suppose.
His memory, right? Like, he doesn't even remember that he's a doctor?
He doesn't remember he's a doctor, but he does. He's still, like, super smart and observant stuff,
but, I mean, yeah. You know.
I guess.
Anyway.
He doesn't have his future toys, if that's what you mean.
No toys. All right, so IHOP. You said you had a story from the IHOP?
Okay,
How was your IHOP experience?
This was possibly the worst IHOP experience I have ever had.
I have a similar experience at a TGI Fridays that I want to go
Really?
over.
Because that's funny because I went to it right before the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Gave myself like an hour. Like plenty of time.
Yeah, full hour. And you're not like with a giant group.
No, I'm alone.
You're like, I'm just going to eat some pancakes and
Yes.
watch a goddamn movie.
That's exactly what I thought. I'm like,
Sounds awesome.
I'm going out to a movie. It's been a while. I haven't had pancakes in a long time. I've been wanting them. I'm going to have pancakes in the movie. It's going to be awesome.
That sounds like a treat yourself.
Exactly. And then so I go to the IHOP. And first off, okay, so I get there. The place is pretty much dead. There are people in one corner of the restaurant, which is where I am also taken.
They want to... I love that when you go to like an abandoned restaurant and they like
Yeah.
corral everyone in one small part of the restaurant.
It kind of makes sense, I guess. So,
It does, but it's also
but-
like, what the fuck? You got the whole restaurant here.
I know. They placed me at a table, not a booth. Which,
When you're alone, it's like
I'm alone.
booth.
yeah, right.
Booth me.
And then, I shit you not, it took me like 20 minutes before I could even order.
Wow.
There was no one there. I think there was only one waiter, though, who seemed kind of like he was getting a little bit overwhelmed. But, I mean, they were nice enough. But I was just sitting there for fucking ever before I had water, before I had coffee, before I had anything.
That sounds ridiculous.
It was. And so, actually, the first time the guy comes around, it's like 10 or 15 minutes in. And he's like, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, coffee. So he like runs back and he's like, we're out of coffee. I'm making a fucking IHOP.
What?
IHOP.
That's like your job, is
Yeah.
coffee.
So he's like making another batch. And he's like, well, I think I got like one cup here. And he like gives me what has to be the very bottom of the coffee, that they've had. With, I will say, no creamer, nothing.
He didn't give any.
He didn't give me shit. He did not give me a carafe because there wasn't enough coffee for it. He gave me a cup of coffee
Yeah.
that had to be the dregs and no fucking creamer.
Isn't that awful?
It was
It's like, why
horrible.
even bother? Also, how do you not have fresh coffee at all times?
I know, right?
It's not hard to make at those places.
It's an
You
IHOP.
fucking throw the fucking pre-grinded grounds
Yeah.
into like a machine and it makes coffee.
It makes like 100 cups of coffee. But, okay, so there's that. And then
What time did you go?
I went at, let's see, the movie was at 10.
A.M.?
10, no, p.m.
Oh, okay.
I went at like 9.
That's not
Yeah.
too late.
No, but I mean, it's still like, you think evening coffee. I mean, it's,
It's past the rush hour, but, is it a 24-hour IHOP?
yeah,
Then they should have coffee around the clock.
they should.
That's the whole
I
point
agree.
of a 24-hour.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
people come in because they have schedules that are different.
Uh-huh.
Some people come in for breakfast at 9 because they have a shift that starts at 11.
Right.
That's how it works.
But, yeah, so I drink this, okay. It's hot. I do eventually get creamer by the time I'm actually going to really start drinking it because it was really super hot. And so I finally drank down that cup. And as I'm reaching the bottom of it, there is like, I drink it and there's like just grit. And I'm like, God damn it. And there's like a teaspoon of fucking coffee grounds in the bottom of that cup. I mean,
how's that even possible with those coffee drip makers?
I don't know. I think
if you use a paper filter, there should be no grinds.
I think he fucking upended it just to give me a cup before he had to make more. I think he just like fucking
dumped the fucking carafe out.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell he did, but yeah. So I get a mouthful.
It's pretty hard to fuck up coffee.
Yeah,
that's not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign. And so I get like a mouthful of coffee grinds, and I like.
That's the worst.
It is.
I used to drink French press a lot, and that when you first use a French press and you don't understand how it works, you take that last swig and you just chuck it back, and you're like, that was a poor decision because it's got all the little granules that get through the filter. Yeah. That's like with French press, you leave a little bit on the bottom because it's full of grounds, and you know that. But with regular drip coffee, it's like water. You can drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not in your case.
No. And I actually like took out my spoon and I fucking scraped the cup. I scraped it out because I need to use the cup again, and god damn it, there's a lot of grounds in there.
You don't want grounds too, Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. So then,
do you think they were just disrespecting you because you were alone?
No.
They're like, this guy's one of those guys that comes in, orders alone, sits there.
No? Because it seemed like there was like one waiter for everybody who was there.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, he seemed kind of overwhelmed. He also didn't seem super experienced. And everybody else, I don't think anybody else was getting service any quicker than I was. But eventually, so it wasn't even him that took my order. Like, eventually somebody else came in, and it looked like, okay, I caught a little bit of conversation here.
Okay.
Like, the guy who, like, let me in, not my waiter, but, like, the guy who let me in.
The host, yep.
Yeah, the host. I'm pretty sure he, like, owned the franchise. And I'm pretty sure this girl was his daughter.
Okay.
Who was just, like, stopping by.
Okay.
She got him, like, I guess she was talking like the waiter guy, and she got him. He was going outside, like, taking a smoke break. She's like, where are you going? And he's like, going to take a smoke. I don't know exactly. He was foreign. I don't know exactly what.
What accent? You couldn't place the accent?
No.
Just general European?
Kind of, yeah. He had, like, kind of darker skin. I don't know if he was maybe Indian or something
Turkish?
along those lines. Something like that, yeah.
Armenian?
Possibly. I have no idea.
One of those countries.
But he's like, I'm going out to smoke. And she's like, come on, like, we're really busy here. And she's like, it's my night off. And then, like, they kind of, like, walk off. And the next thing I know, she is fucking coming in and, like, getting my order. Because, like,
I love that shit.
I'm thinking to myself,
that guy's
oh
gonna
my
lose
God.
his job.
What I'm thinking is, this is fucking kitchen nightmares.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
This guy bought this franchise. His daughter's trying to get things to work. He's, like, just fucking owning this restaurant and going out for a smoke when, you know, crazy shit's going on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is a kitchen nightmare.
Yeah.
And
my situation's a little kitchen nightmaresy.
Yeah, but she took my order, and I eventually got a carafe of coffee. Although I didn't get a carafe of coffee until almost. I'm pretty sure my food was already there when I got the carafe.
Yeah. You're supposed to have coffee before you eat.
Yeah.
Have like a cup while you're waiting.
You know, my food was all right. I can't really complain too much.
It's IHOP.
It's IHOP. It was standard IHOP. Maybe a little not quite as good. But the other thing was I ordered chocolate chip pancakes as part of my meal.
Yeah.
Because I love chocolate chip pancakes.
Yep.
And they have like some of the syrups there on the table.
Yep.
They did not fucking bring me any maple. There's no maple on the table, and they did not bring the fucking maple.
Yeah, because they usually have all the syrups on the table.
Yeah.
And then they bring out a hot maple.
Yeah.
To pour.
Exactly. I had no fucking maple for
so you had to like wave them down and be like, give me some maple.
No, at that point I was so disillusioned. I just like fucking used blueberry
chocolate chip pancakes.
Yes, I used blueberry syrup on my chocolate chip pancakes.
Not terrible.
It wasn't terrible, but it was just the whole service, the whole thing was a nightmare. And then it was time to
leave.
I had to get the fuck out of there because it took so long for my food, for everything. The host was dealing with somebody else at front. The lady said, "You want me to take care of that?" And I said, "Yes, please. I need to head out of here." So she ran my card. I came back and I put the tip down. I wrote down the tip on the card receipt, and I left it there for her with the tip number. And I was kind of walking out, and then my waiter saw me fucking booking, and he just kind of gave me a weird look, like, "Are you running out of here?" And the host guy, who's dealing with other people at the host station, he saw me walking out. He's like, "You pay," or something weird like that.
God.
He was "Have you paid us?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got it." His daughter came by, and she's like, "Oh yeah, don't," kind of waved
wow,
me on. It was just
how unprofessional.
It was super unprofessional. It was just even if you did see me walking by, you don't just maybe assume that I robbed you, even though I probably should have robbed you because it was fucking not worth the money I paid. And I even left a decent tip because I felt bad for the guy. I tweeted it at the time. I said I kind of felt bad for the waiter guy because he seemed young and unexperienced.
I left a tip on mine too that was regular for mine because I was like, I'm gonna respond to my situation by just never going again.
I might go again because I think it's the only IHOP in town, but I'm not gonna go late at night. That's for sure. I'm gonna go when it's busy and they have plenty of people there. Yeah. I don't know. It was just kind of funny because I was getting in my car and my waiter guy kind of looked through the window at me. He gave a weird look through the windows. He's like, "Did you just leave? Did you just fucking get out of here?" I was just, the whole thing was really surreal and it was really bad.
It sounds awful.
It was awful. It was probably the worst restaurant experience I've ever had. Definitely the worst IHOP experience.
Yeah. All right.
So you went to TGI Fridays.
I did, because I was like, I want to go out to eat. Haven't been out all week.
Yeah.
I had seen a commercial for TGI Fridays where they had some special where it was you get an appetizer and a meal combo. I don't know. It seemed fine. I was like, I can get ribs or a steak or something. Sounds good. Go to TGI Fridays. Nice place. It looked really busy, so I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to wait. And I hate waiting at places like TGI Fridays because I'm like, this place isn't even that good to begin with. I don't really want to wait to go to a regular-ass restaurant.
Yeah.
But anyway, we didn't have to wait. Seated quickly. Waitress comes over pretty quickly, gets our drink orders, says that there's $3 appetizers because it was still before 6 or something, because it was $5.50 or something. So got a cheap barbecue chicken flatbread ordered.
Nice.
That sounded good, looked good. Ordered it. Took a little while to get there, but not too long. But the person who delivered it wasn't our waitress, and also didn't know where it was supposed to go. And she's like, "This is the table." She yelled it over there, and she set it down without looking at us. And walked away. We had no plates, so we didn't have, your traditional appetizer plate.
Yeah, yeah.
And that set the tone for the evening.
Yeah.
So we finished that. Takes a little bit of a while for that waitress to get back to us. She goes over the specials. She's like, "Hey, we've got all-you-can-eat shrimp with these deals." So it's if you get anything that has, shrimp, a blah, 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 and shrimp, the shrimp is all you can eat. So I was like, I don't know if I want all you can eat, but shrimp sounds good. So I ordered a sirloin steak with shrimp. Mm-hmm. This was $19.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I learned this. TGI Fridays is really expensive. And Lauren got ribs, which you can only get a full rack if you want the Jack Daniels sauce.
I see.
So she had to get a full rack of ribs, which some of them are still in the fridge right now. So that was kind of annoying, and that was $20 too. So we're already looking at a $40, $50 meal here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this better be all right. It was not all right. Took a while for our food to get there. Quite a while. I was on the phone. Well, we were playing a quiz game on the phone or something while we were waiting. Mm-hmm. Food gets there. All right. Let's get this. I ordered my steak medium rare. Mm-hmm. mistake. Always a fucking mistake. This is what I've learned. So steak medium rare is the way you're supposed to have it. Best way to have steak, medium rare. Places don't know how to cook goddamn steaks.
Yeah.
So I get there and the waitress sets it down and is like, do you want to cut into that to see if it's right? And it's like,
well, that's a good premonition.
are you
Yeah, that's good.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Like, did you not send out food that is done correctly?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a chef. I'm not a genius at cooking. But I know how done a steak is. It's not that hard to cook steak. You cook enough steak, you time it out, you know it's going to be right. I know she probably has to say that because people are probably ridiculously picky about their steaks. But I'm not. I cut into it. Takes a lot of effort to cut into it, which is also a bad sign.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm cutting for a while and the whole table is shaking because I'm like sawing at this steak. I open it up. I'm like, yeah, it's good. I didn't even look because I was like, it's taking me like fucking 40 seconds to cut into this steak.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to send it back because I have to wait. And number 2, the plate is covered in steak juice.
Yeah.
Another bad sign.
Yeah.
Lauren is was not mad at me, but she was annoyed because I was talking her ear off about proper cooking and etiquette and plating and stuff because I watch Kitchen Nightmares.
Right.
And you get a higher standard for food when you watch that because
You do.
when a steak sits on a plate and there's juices all over, it's juices that should be inside the steak all over your plate because they didn't make it correctly. Because I'm sure what happened was they cooked it, threw it up on the thing. It was covered with Jack Daniel's sauce, so some of the liquid could have been that. But shouldn't have been a pool, which was on my plate. Anyway, when you don't rest the steak after you cook it, because you have to rest the steak after you cook it and let it sit in tin foil for about a minute and a half so that it can lock in all the juices, and then you set it on a plate. Because if you throw it on a plate naked, it'll just bleed out all over the plate. It's just how it works. You gotta let them rest for a minute, and the juices will drip out there. And then it's some weird, like, I don't know how it works, but like if a steak sits in juices, more juices come out of it. So you need to like sit it on like a rack. Like a lot of places will just, you've seen like Kitchen Nightmares or Hell's Kitchen where they have like a rack and you set the steak on top of it so it can drip down onto that so it's not sitting in juices. And then you put it on the plate. This did not happen to my steak. So it had juiced all over the plate. I had ordered mashed potatoes, which were not good. They were like 2 little scoops of cafeteria mashed potatoes covered in a ridiculous amount of green onions, which I threw away because I don't want raw green onions on my fucking mashed potatoes. I'm sorry. I don't like green onions anyway. They're too powerful. Anyway, this is a crazy rant I'm going into, but I am furious about this. Seriously, I felt offended.
Yeah.
And then I ordered the vegetable medley because I'm getting a steak and shrimp. I want a vegetable medley. Healthier than some of the other options.
Sure.
And the vegetable medley's like zucchini and red peppers and carrots and stuff. That looked pretty good. Was not good. It was mushy as hell. Like I told Lauren after I ate it, it was like I literally could have grabbed this with my hand and squeezed it and it would have all liquefied in my hand.
Wow.
Because I'm sure they were frozen vegetables. Because when you have frozen vegetables, they get all mushy.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, they at least tasted okay. I had a little salt on them and they were flavored all right. They just were not cooked. They were overdone. Yeah. And they had been soaking in steak juices. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. The side's fine. The steak is really what I ordered. Shrimp, amazing. Excellent shrimp. Kudos on the shrimp. Hard to mess up fried shrimp, and they didn't. So I had this shrimp, and that was good. I was very happy. I was like, all right, now it's time to dig into the steak. I have never had a cut of meat that bad.
Really?
I mean, it was all gristle and fat.
Yeah.
And I ate the whole thing. Because you shouldn't have to trim fat off a steak at a restaurant. It should be ready to eat.
For the most part, yeah.
You don't do the work. You don't trim fat off. And I usually don't trim fat off steaks when I eat them anyway.
True.
Because you're supposed to eat the fat. Because usually, if it's cooked correctly, the fat has softened up or rendered down and so it mixes with the steak, pretty well. This was a very, very rare, medium rare that this was cooked.
Yeah.
It's all right by me. It was cooked through. It was warm all the way through. It wasn't cool in the center, which is bad, which has happened to me before. But
yeah.
so I just it was like a fight, like a prize fight. Me dealing with this steak. I mean, I'm cutting it up. I'm eating it. I told Lauren when we were leaving, I was like, I literally almost choked on the steak.
Yeah.
Because I was chewing it in my mouth, and it was so gristly, it wasn't breaking down in my mouth as I was chewing it. And I had taken too big of a piece, which was my fault. But also, when I thought I had a piece chewed off in my mouth, and I tried to swallow it, the whole lump in my mouth went into my throat, and I literally felt myself starting to choke. And nobody saw this. Lauren didn't see this. I stuck my hand into my mouth, pulled the steak out onto the plate, and set it down, and was like, let's try this again.
I've done that before with chewy steak.
I mean, it was literally ridiculously chewy. And I'm like, this is a fucking $20 steak dish. This isn't some fucking $15, $10, shitty, I don't know, Denny's steak.
Right.
This is like a T.G.I Fridays. This is their Jack Daniel's grill.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be like their... Adam, what are you doing?
What? Nothing.
Adam
I'm is story.
Dealing with a cider,
maybe,
and he does not have a can opener, and he's using a knife. Is that a knife?
It's not the knife attachment of the knife, but it's kind of
a pocket knife, screwdriver attachment. Adam's trying to take the lid off of. Doesn't have a can opener on that pocket knife?
No, it's a small one.
Do you not have a can opener in your house or a bottle opener?
I don't have a bottle opener. No.
Get a bottle opener.
I don't have
They're like
one.
$1.
Yeah, I was able to open the other one, but this one is proving
trickier.
harder.
Well, I'll keep talking. So anyway, steak was awful. I mean, it was fucking god awful. Mm-hmm. It was so bad. I literally was nauseous after we left. I was like, I'm literally nauseous because that steak was so gristly, because it hadn't been cooked correctly, because it hadn't been tenderized.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking mess all around. And the waitress never came back during our entire meal.
Oh, that's the worst.
Never returned. Didn't ask us how we were doing, how our food was. To which I probably would have said okay. Because, I don't know. I'm not going to have them send the steak back up.
Oh, what's she going to do about it? Yeah.
And we're going to take more time here and whatever. And the shrimp are good. But when it's all-you-can-eat shrimp and nobody comes back to your table, it certainly doesn't become... It isn't all-you-can-eat shrimp. So my all-you-can-eat shrimp was one order of shrimp. Mm-hmm. She never asked me if I wanted more.
Even when she finally did come back, she didn't ask?
She did not. Well, she came back. Lauren and I had finished.
Yeah.
And we sat there for a good 10 minutes before someone came over to ask us if we wanted a box. And it's like, seriously? We're sitting here fucking waiting. I hate that. And it's like, just be attentive. It's not hard. You have to just, I don't know, there's a subtle art into waiting tables, and part of it is you have to kind of have your eyes on the back of your head. You need to know how every one of your tables is doing.
Situational awareness.
Exactly. It's like, okay, these guys are almost done. And that's why you check in the middle of the meal, and I was expecting, as with any restaurant, her to come over and say, would you like more shrimp? Because you got the all-you-can-eat shrimp special. Mm-hmm. Did not happen. Did I want more shrimp? No. Maybe a little bit, because I wanted to cover up the terrible steak taste. But, so it was awful. Lauren's meal was fine. I had some of her ribs. They were great. Can't mess up ribs, because you throw them in an oven.
Yeah.
There's no actual, skill involved with ribs and fries and coleslaw. So it was fucking god-awful. And it took forever. Get the bill, $50. I was like, this is the worst I've ever felt ripped off at a restaurant.
Should have went to Olive Garden. When you're there, you're family.
Olive Garden's terrible, but
I like Olive Garden.
It is terrible, but it's cheaper.
It's cheaper,
so it wins some points there. And they have lots of things because you get a salad, you get breadsticks, or you get soup, and you get your meal. And it's like always something's going on. You're getting food, getting a new thing. It always seems attentive there. Fucking, I felt like we were isolated in the middle of nowhere. It was literally the worst dining experience I have had at a dinner place. and it was a $50 dinner place. And I was like, you know what? Like, we went to like a really fancy steak place for my like birthday dinner, and it was like the best steak I've ever had in my entire life, and with like a fucking delicious like spinach salad, to go, and like baked potatoes with it. And that like entire meal for the two of us was like $90. It was like I would have much, and it was like astronomically better. It was it's only $40 more, and I would have had like an amazing dinner, and now I feel sick. It's awful. It was awful. And so the tip was like $7.50 for $50. I left $7. I was like, I'm not giving you the 50 cents. That's my, because it wasn't entirely 50, so I rounded down. I was like, you're getting $7, and I am never going to TGI Fridays again. Never. Why? Why? They spurned me. They ruined me once, and I will spurn them. They are shunned. You've heard it here first, folks. TGI Fridays is not a friend of Born in the 80s, the podcast. It's just, I don't know.
I'm not going to slash and burn all IHOPs.
We were burned.
The one I went to in Bloomington was bad.
We were burned. That. And I don't know. It's just those chain restaurants like the fucking, Applebee's, TGI Fridays, Chili's, those, they're just shitty. There's no point going. I mean, I can go to any mom and pop place, like a dinner, supper club, plenty of places in Madison, about the same price, if not more, and it's infinitely better. Why does anyone go to these fucking places? Not to mention, it was amazing because it was like the worst meal. And then they sat down behind me, and we were in like the corner table, and they asked us table or booth. I said either. They gave us a table. But, I was expecting that. I didn't really care. But before our meal had finished, they sat a family down behind us with two small children who were crying very loudly, literally 2 feet away from my ears. Wow. It was awful. Oh, my God. I was just like, let's leave. Get out of here. I can't be here. I was furious. Yeah. And I felt wronged. It's like the toppers that I talked about last week that doesn't deliver.
Yeah.
I'm wronged. I will not be disrespected. So TGI Fridays, we're done. We're done. I'm just going to go to fucking Supper Club. Fitzgerald's.
Yeah.
Middleton Supper Club. Way better. I could have gotten a prime rib dinner for the same price, and it would have been amazing. I'm furious. Now I'm talking about I'm getting mad again. I was so expensive. It was like a fucking $20 steak.
Yeah. That's
Why?
Right.
I didn't even get unlimited shrimp. I would have liked 6 more shrimp.
Yeah.
Would have made me feel better. Should have got the chicken. I almost got the chicken, but it was like, you know what? I'm going to have a steak. Because it's the Jack Daniel's Grill. And I'm sure they make decent steaks. They do not. Never order a steak from TGI Fridays. All right. That's rant over.
Cool.
All right. So we did some homework. I did, at least. Adam didn't.
Wait, I didn't know we were supposed to do homework. Is there a test on this?
To bring in foods.
Oh, yeah, I did kind of.
No, you didn't. You brought in something you've had before.
No, I haven't had this before.
Yes, you have.
Not this particular one.
Okay. Well, anyway, why don't we have Adam describe his thing? Because it's so exciting.
Okay. Listen. I tried to go get something exotic.
Adam, I know you. How hard did you try?
I went to Kroger's. Not the close by Kroger's, the far away Kroger's.
I didn't go to the Walmart next door. I went to the Walmart across town. Exotic.
Well, the one close by is smaller.
Okay,
so I went to
you went to the big grocery store.
I went to the big grocery store.
Adam, I know you, and I really appreciate the effort, honestly.
Thank you.
Because I know you, and that actually is you going out of your way to try something.
It is.
But unfortunately, it doesn't sound like you got anything too exotic.
Okay, so I went to the bigger Kroger's, and I thought, all right, I'm ready for this. I was looking through the aisles, and I'm like, international. I'm like, all right, boom, that's my jam.
Yep,
I'm going to
get
international.
something fun.
I did. I went to international, and what did I fucking see in Bloomington, Illinois? international aisle is fucking tacos.
That's it?
That's it. It's like fucking tacos. It's fucking flour tortillas, hard shell tortillas, like all kinds of Mexican stuff, and there's also some like Chinese food stuff. Like there's
Yeah, but just like
chow mein
sauces.
noodles. Yeah, sauces, chow mein noodles, soy sauce.
Nothing fun.
No, the entire international section, which is like 1/4 of one aisle,
Yeah.
and that's all they had. They had Mexican food and Chinese food.
Wow.
Supplies.
Like even the fucking podunk roundies that I go to has like actual international items in it.
Right.
Like
I was
Mexican sodas and like weird
yeah.
Asian drinks and things with like Chinese characters on them.
So I was talking to my mom after this, and she said, "Well, you know where you should have went? There's an Asian market, and it's actually right in the same area where that Kirkus is.
Oh.
There's a strip mall, and I guess there's an Asian market in there.
Cool. Well,
And
you
also-
have to next time.
Yeah. And also, I guess there's a Schnucks in town, which I know you've never heard of, but it's a
No one
Midwestern-
has heard of Schnucks.
In the Midwest, they're not that rare. Lower
They're
Midwest.
rare in this Midwest.
Well, you're up way north. And fucking-
Schnucks.
Yeah,
That
Schnucks.
sounds like I don't know. That I mean, I was gonna say it sounds like a Yiddish word, but schmuck, of course, is
All right. Well, trust me, it's an actual chain. that
schmucks.
is-
Don't go to Schnucks. That's what you're
But
saying.
there are multiple ones of. It's a bigger, it's a higher priced place kind of, and I guess
Okay.
they're pretty big.
Slightly higher quality.
Yeah, and they should. I've told that they might have some international products, so
Okay,
I'll maybe give that a shot next time. But
sounds good.
I did make the effort, and I came up bust. I went instead. I thought, well, what can I do instead? I thought, well, maybe I can get kind of drunk. So I went and got alcohol.
I wish I would have known you were getting drunk. I would have started drinking.
And I got Angry Orchard, which I have had before. I had Angry Orchard before. I like ciders. I like hard cider.
Who doesn't?
But this is a special release.
Oh,
This is Angry Orchard Hard Cider Elderflower.
okay.
Refreshing floral notes with honey and citrus.
Okay. How is it?
It tastes kind of the same, except the ending is better. It's a smoother finish.
Yeah.
And it's not as bitter at the end. It's kind of sweet at the end.
Nice.
It's actually pretty good.
So you
I
like it?
I do like it. Yeah. And I also picked up some zebra cakes because I love me some fucking
Those
zebra
are good.
cakes. They are good.
I got me drinks and delicious treats.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So we got Foco lychee drink. Lychee is a fruit.
Yep.
You know what's interesting is when you get like Asian foods and their cans for like things, you could beat someone to death with the cans that they give you for like sodas.
Oh yeah,
It's like fucking heavy metal grade,
Yeah.
like aluminum. So this is a product of Thailand. Contains 25% juice. And I'm looking at the ingredients here. I think I'm pretty good here. Water, lychee juice, sugar, citric acid. That's it.
wow.
That seems pretty good.
That does seem pretty good.
It's not like every other fucking Asian thing where they decide to put milk in everything.
Oh yeah.
Because there was like fucking milk drinks that are like the weird dehydrated milk.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Have you ever had lychee before as like a fruit?
no,
I have. It's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I've had lychee candy before, but I mean, I don't know how close that is.
Yeah.
2013 9/10 on the bottom. Produced date
Oh.
expires 2015. So this is a fresh can. It says shake before drinking, so I'm shaking it. I'm gonna crack it now
Nice.
on the air. Oh God, this is heavy duty. I need like a fucking can opener for this. Let me get it. Here, I got a screwdriver. All right, it smells pretty good actually. It's very fruity.
Yeah.
Give it, I don't even. It's almost like pineapple-y, mango-y. I don't know. It smells really good though. I'm looking forward to it.
They're citrusy. It tastes pretty good.
That's fucking amazing.
Is it?
That's really good.
Yeah.
I can't
thought
believe
you-
how good this is.
Yeah.
This is amazing. When I also got some Asian, I forget the name of it, but it's like sarsaparilla.
Oh yeah.
It's this Asian fucking Souchong sarsaparilla or Sufong. It's awesome. I've had it before. It tastes like root beer.
Sarsaparilla is root beer.
No, they're close.
Well,
They're kissing
basically.
cousins.
Yeah.
But anyway, fucking this lychee drink. Despite
I
being
miss-
scared, I mean, I went a little safe, but I
Yeah.
went with the fruit I've never had. So
I miss those plum hard candies. Those were really good.
this
I
is
miss
fucking
those.
great. This lychee drink. All right, got other things. A little dessert.
I'm excited.
Green bean cake. That's not what it says. It says Greew bean cake. Greew bean cake. I wonder if but it's green, so I'm assuming they meant to write green. But who
hope.
knows? Or maybe these are Greew beans.
Grr.
Oh, good. They're in individual wrappers.
Are you sure you want to go dessert first? I thought you had something else
That's
too, right?
true. It's too late. It's too late.
All right.
I've already talked about it. I've got it. All right. It's in an individual package. Chinese characters only.
That looks a lot like those really shitty. What were they called? The purplish things.
Yeah,
that were
we had them
nasty?
like on episode 5.
Yeah, they were.
All
super
right.
gross.
Let's get into this group. Oh my god.
Are they the same things?
No, I've opened the package and it's just like fucking powdered dust inside this thing.
Really?
It's like it's not even one piece. It's just chunks.
That looked gross. What did you get? The look on your face is amazing.
I think-
Man.
At least it's not awful.
Really? It looked surprising.
The texture, I would
Yeah.
say I would imagine cement forming in your mouth would be. Because
Like, is it gritty? Is it like really grainy? Or-
yes, extremely. And it's not in a cake form. It is just crushed up cake dust that I'm having to like get little pieces of.
Oh.
I'm gonna
think
eat
it
the
was-
whole cake. It just as soon as it hits, it like sucks all the moisture out of your mouth into it,
Those other things were like that too. They were like Newtons, except they like absorbed like everything.
and then it just turns into like literally. The color is gray.
Yeah. It looks like fucking plaster.
I guess
That
what
you're eating.
saves this is the flavor.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It tastes kind of like if you imagine like those like vanilla wafer like cakes you get, or not like cakes but like the crunchy vanilla wafers that you get,
Vanilla wafers? Yeah.
like vanilla or strawberry or chocolate wafers that you get with the cream in
Chocolate.
between them.
Oh, those. Yeah.
I can imagine if you threw like a ton of those in a grinder and then turned it into dust, that would be what this dust is. So the flavor's not bad. Texture,
Okay.
god awful. Cement. I'm gonna have the last bit here that I can. The rest of it is actually literally pure dust and not chunks in this little
Okay.
packet.
So, do you think those chunks were once an actual cake, or
No,
no?
I think it was supposed to be a hard formed brick because the picture looks like bricks.
Well, that's what I mean. You think it was like an actual like
Yeah,
patty or...
but opening the package itself forced it to explode into a million dust pieces. Like as I open it, I'm gonna take a picture. For
What is up
posterity.
with that? Because I noticed that with those other like little cake things, they were hard and dry. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Asian culture gets like delicious soft treats. They're like, let's make it hard and like cement in your mouth. That's what the children like. Oh my god. All right. So I guess we did dessert first. We're going to move on to the entree.
Okay.
Let me just throw I literally am going to throw this in the garbage or it'll get everywhere. Okay. The next thing I picked because there are no American words on it anywhere. There's no English until I was looking it over before we started, and I did see there's an Americanized label that says fish flavor chips.
Ooh.
The ingredients are fish, tapioca starch, palm oil, which I think is really bad for you if I remember.
Yeah, it's hydrogenated or something.
Yep. Wheat flour, sugar, salt, seasoning. MSG, chili powder, black salt, whatever. Black pepper, salt.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna have some zebra cakes.
Oh, Adam is eating zebra cakes while I eat garbage cakes. I'm getting the sound of opening this.
So good.
Oh. Oh! God! The smell! This smells like fish food. Like when you get like the the fish food flakes. You ever take a whiff? That's this.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay, it's getting a little better on a couple second whiffs. Actually, it smells a little bit like roasted like potato. I guess I can only describe the shape as like a fucking like gross Cheetos cousin. I guess it's like a malformed Cheeto shape.
It looks like coral.
It does.
Or like what is that?
It smells much better though.
Like
Out of the
those
box,
roots.
out of the bag.
Yeah.
It literally smells a little bit like fried fish. All right. I can deal with that. Oh man.
Salty?
No. It tastes like beer battered fish. Which is pretty good. Except for that every once in a while the fish just hits you in the entire mouth. Like you'll be eating it and then you'll just get a sudden rush of fish flavor.
Ooh.
Without the battering like flavor.
Yeah.
They're not bad though. Way better than I thought they were going to be. I was worried. I'm going to have a second for posterity. Yeah. I can deal with that. It's not bad. Honestly, it tastes like I'm eating like fish fry batter.
Yeah.
That's good. Could do a lot
So
worse. My
of these
entire
would you
room
get
is going to
again?
smell like fish now, but what?
Totally. Which of these would you get again?
Lychee
you're-
drink. Straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's fucking nectar of the gods right there.
Yeah.
That's really good. I don't even know how to describe the flavor. It's just fruity.
I think the best fruity drink I had was I went to an Indian restaurant and had like a mango and like
This kind of tastes a little mango-y.
it was like a mango and milk type thing, like a yogurt. Or,
Oh, yeah, like a mango milkshake kind of thing.
yeah, kind of. It
Yeah,
was
they do
super
those.
Good.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
good at those
Those are
Indian
great.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, the greew bean cake. I don't know if cake is the right word. I
No.
would say greew bean dust that cements in your mouth. I can't wait to have Lauren eat these. This is now what they'll be saved for. Pictures will be on the website, which is bornintheeighties.net.
Did I lose you?
I'm here.
Oh, you there?
Yeah.
Did you pause it?
No.
What happened?
Your internet is terrible.
No, I'm plugged in. I've been plugged in the entire
Yeah, you're
time.
plugged in with a goddamn cable that doesn't have a snap.
No, it's been fine the entire time.
Okay, well, nothing happened on my end. You just looked
Okay.
puzzled for a minute. Thanks
Yeah.
for breaking the immersion.
That was weird.
Not on my end. It was actually weird on my end because you paused and looked really concerned for a second.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I don't know. But yeah, I never came unplugged. Nothing. My internet was up the entire time. You're just faking it now, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I am. You know me too well.
Yeah, I can tell.
All right. Cut out. What?
You never said would you buy the greew?
No,
cake again,
fuck
or
no.
No.
Cement
the f-
cake. I'd fucking buy it to regrout my fucking tiles.
But you said it tasted okay.
Yeah, but I don't want the texture. It's not worth the
Okay.
texture.
Okay.
The
Okay.
texture penalty. You know what? If you crumbled that up and used that as a flour to make something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's check the ingredients because I think it's literally. Let me read. Do we have an English ingredients? Yeah. Mung bean,
Ooh.
flour, FLOIR, cake flour, glucose, vegetable oil, sweet scented osmanthus, natural perfumes. I think it's all flour. It's just a cake that is mostly flour. Uncooked flour. The cake.
Wow.
Not good. Not good. And the fish chips, all right. I just
Purchase
have never.
again, though, or no?
I just never have been a person who's been like, you know what I want? A chip that tastes like fried fish.
Okay.
Sorry.
So maybe yes for cats, no for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not too salty, though. It's not like the super salty stuff.
That's
I did see something I wish I would have bought. There was a fruit beef jerky
Ooh.
that looked interested. It said
sounds good.
fruit-flavored beef jerky. What fruit? It did not say. It just said fruit-flavored beef jerky.
It's a lot of different possibilities there.
A lot of questions I had for that, but it was really busy at the place, so I didn't want to. But I like that Asian market. That's really, really close to where I live. So I got a bunch of other stuff there too. I got mini steam pork buns, like a bunch of mini pork buns, bunch of beef pot stickers, frozen like beef noodle bowl, some ramen. It's gonna be good, and some Korean barbecue sauce. I'm looking forward to eating all of it. All right, that's it.
You get any pokey?
Pokey sticks? No, I didn't.
No.
No pokey. So Easter happened.
It did.
How was that?
Good. I didn't really get to hang out for that much of it because I had work. But
Oh yeah, because you work on Sundays.
I do. But I had my grandma and grandpa came down, and then all of my stepdad's family came down, and it was a lot of fun.
Did you get any of the traditional Easter feast?
Yeah. I had ham and deviled eggs.
You ate yourself.
Sure. And cheesy potato casserole and green bean casserole. It was great. My mom made a couple cakes.
No deviled eggs for me, but pretty much the same.
Oh, I love deviled eggs.
I love deviled
So
eggs
good.
too, but nobody had them.
That sucks.
Green bean
My mom
casserole, cheesy potatoes, ham. We had pulled chicken, barbecue chicken. That was really good as
Yeah,
well.
there was some turkey too, a little bit, I think. Somebody made some turkey of some kind.
Can't go wrong with turkey.
Indeed. But yeah, my mom made 2 cakes, and it was great because my mom makes some great cakes.
Is she an
made-
ace of cakes?
She is an ace.
Would you
of
say that
cakes.
she's a boss of cakes?
I would.
Much like
She
the cake
is-
boss.
Yeah, she doesn't deal in like cardboard, but she does nothing that intricate so much. But she will make a mean.
Just good
cake.
flavors.
Yeah,
No
totally.
fanciness. Just great taste.
Yeah, she made an amazing lemon cake for Easter that had.
I'm going to
was
move
like-
down, Adam. I need to
should.
have some of this stuff.
You do
Lemon cake? I love lemon stuff.
It's so good because she made like white cake and she like zests the lemon, so she puts a little bit of that in the cake mix. She has like a kind of like a almost like a lemon jelly in between the layers. So there's like a layer of that in
That
between.
sounds fucking amazing.
And she made with a buttercream frosting with lemon zest and
Oh.
stuff like that. It was fucking to die for.
Yeah.
And then she did say she also made a carrot cake. That was a box cake mix.
Yeah, we
Like,
had,
the other
somebody
one
had
was
brought
homemade.
a carrot cake that was amazing.
Yeah.
And there was also mini cheesecakes that somebody brought, and those were awesome.
So
And
I
then
brought
apple
banana
pie.
pudding.
Can't go wrong with apple
Oh,
pie.
nice. True. I don't know why there wasn't any pie.
No pie, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. We're more of a cake crew, but we do usually have pies on big holidays. I guess somehow this one missed out. I mean, there's not really an Easter pie. I mean, there's not like-
You're not bringing food to these, are you?
No,
When are you going to have to start bringing food as an adult?
never. I'm just always going to be that weird guy who just shows
Just
up and eats
mooches?
food. Yeah,
Hey, it's your presents that they want, not your food.
exactly.
Besides, anything
That's
you bring would be
stunning
inedible.
personality. That's the real thing. Is like if I tried to cook anything.
But you could be that relative that brings the store-bought stuff. There's plenty of those. Can't go
That's
wrong.
It's almost more sad.
That's not really. Not if you bring like some really nice Easter like cookies.
I might be the guy who ends up like bringing cups and
Or
stuff
sodas.
Like that. Yeah, soda
Gotta have sodas.
stuff like that.
Always good. We had a crazy
Yeah.
turnout at my family's Easter. Like there were 25 people there. It was insane.
Yeah,
Packed.
There's a lot. Yeah. This was packed too.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, like, there was just lots of people, good food. I got to hide Easter eggs. All the kids found them immediately, and they kept coming up and asking how many I had hidden. And to which I said, this was adorable. I said, I didn't hide them. The Easter Bunny hid them. What are you talking about? And they were like, and then it was really funny because there's like, I think she's 12, maybe 13. I don't know. Somewhere in that age range, maybe 11. But she came over and whispered in my ear and was like, my mom told me the Easter Bunny isn't real. I just want to know so that they'll stop looking. And so I was like, yeah, I think that's all of them. It was really funny.
Yeah.
And then they kept looking because it was an odd number that they had found. And I was like, God damn it. Because Eric had eaten some of them as we were hiding them. That fucking bastard, my brother. And so I was just like, all right, you guys got like 37. There were 40 in the package. 3 of them were eaten, so you got them all, and they couldn't stop looking, and so I went out there with an egg in my pocket, and I hid another one, and was like, oh, here it is, the last one, and then they ran over and grabbed it, and it was over. It was amazing. Good call. That's me, man, saving Easter. Anyway, that was fun.
Good job.
God damn, it was really nice out, too.
It was
like
really nice
70
out.
degrees out, and like sunny.
It was 80, I think, down here.
Yeah, it was the mid 70s where we were, so it was pretty warm. It was good though, summer day basically, and then it got cold again immediately. But we had
I'm okay with that. We've been keeping like pretty steady around 60 or 70 around here, which is perfect.
It's been like 40 at night here.
Oh, at night it gets colder.
But I mean, the day it's been like 50 and raining. So.
Oh really?
Yeah,
no, it's been nicer.
Lots of rain though. It'll be nice and green.
Yeah.
I sound like an old person. It's like, lots of rain. It's gonna make the grass real nice and green.
Should have a good harvest this year.
We haven't even planted yet, but the soil's gonna be real fertile.
Yeah.
I don't know what accent that is.
Lots of nutrients. I was trying to do a lot of history down that road.
Not a lot of nutrients on that field.
Yeah.
All right. So Easter was fine. Okay. Anything else before we move on?
No, nothing Easter related. I'm good.
All right, I got a question.
Okay.
If you could live in any country other than the U.S.,
Yes.
no strings, which country would it be?
No strings.
I'd say don't worry about the cost of moving. Let's just say your company, which would never happen for you because you work for the state, but they have some sort of exchange program and you're allowed to work the same job. No worry about language requirements. Moving, you're getting a place to stay and everything covered.
Yeah.
Where would you want to work and live?
If I didn't have to worry about language stuff, probably Japan.
You think so?
Otherwise, it'd be probably England. I mean, or Scotland, or the UK.
Anywhere in the UK? UK is a good second choice for me as well. I went to England and I loved it there.
Yeah.
I would go again. I would love to live there. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great weather, kind of. It's rainy a lot, but it's also really pretty because it's all green.
The other option would be just off the equator, like in Peru or something like that, where it stays pretty, same all year round, like 70 degrees.
All right. There's a choice. All right. So you're literally just going by weather.
No,
temperature. Japan's not that hot.
It gets hot and it gets cold.
Japan's about the same as the Midwest.
Yeah, it is.
Cold in the winters, warm in the summers. Seasons all year round. Japan would be on my short list, but I had an option.
Yeah.
Sweden.
No.
Sweden, man. Gorgeous ladies.
Sorry.
Lots of beautiful ocean. Great, amazing country to live in. Supposedly one of the happiest countries in the world. I don't know.
Maybe.
A lot of fermented fish dishes, but I just won't eat the local cuisine.
Oh, that was Iceland. I thought Iceland had
all those Viking countries, man. They love that fucking fermented fish and like fucking whale blubber meals.
Yeah, I don't know. You say ocean, but it's like cold Atlantic Ocean. It's
just beautiful. I don't know. Fucking, I love winter. And that's like a country that like lives for winter. Like, could you imagine living in a place where winter's not a big deal because everything is super prepared for it? That's what I like. And the summers, it's nice. So, you know, I don't know.
Nah,
That's my
I don't
choice.
like an 8-month winter.
It's either gonna be Sweden or Finland.
Oh no.
All right. It's your choice. What about Amsterdam?
Nothing
like,
UP.
Netherlands. That's a little better.
I would totally visit there, but I would not probably stay there.
You could deal with the Netherlands though, right?
Living there, I don't want to live
But
there.
I mean, the Netherlands is better though, right? It's not as cold in your mind.
no, I think all that stuff's like in the.
Oh, the weed you can smoke, baby. Netherlands.
That would make it a little more tolerable, I guess.
It's the climate. It's like
Yeah.
it's fucking cold out. Let's rip a bowl.
But I'm high.
I'm hot inside, smoking a bowl. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
that's those countries for you. Well, good. I'm glad you had a quick and concise answer in Japan. But
Yeah.
is it just Japan because you're a Japanophile?
Mostly. I don't know. Japan is different enough where I think it'd be interesting to learn about the culture more.
And you'd learn the language too.
Yeah. And
But you have
also
an intermediate or cursory introductory knowledge of.
yeah, exactly.
That'd be cool.
I like some of the culture, and I think it'd be interesting.
I can dig.
On the other hand, I think it'd also be different enough. There would be some kind of cool.
Be in my
culture shock
top
type
5
stuff.
for sure.
Yeah, it just
Maybe
seems
even
like a
number
cool
2,
place.
honestly. It's a beautiful
China-
country too. Out in the countryside.
China seems cool too, except I don't want to go to like
Oh
some
my God.
communist place.
China's
where-
amazing. It's gorgeous.
yeah,
Tons of space. Really
Yeah.
cheap to live.
Yeah.
Just the
But it's
government
communist.
doesn't like foreign people, so
I know.
you have to have a visa to visit. You know, you can't even get in with a passport. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That sucks. I mean, I don't know.
South Korea might be cool. Maybe.
I could deal with
I don't
South
know.
Korea. It's even more technically advanced than like Japan. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Although there's no space in South Korea. Not a lot of
Right.
space in Japan, but there are countryside mountains in Japan. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to get out and take a nice drive, like even like an hour from Tokyo, just gorgeous like farmlands that you can just like get out in the open air, you know, if you need a breather. But I don't know if South Korea has that space.
And I've heard that Thailand's really cool too, but I don't know, it's just kind of skeevy.
Yeah, I feel like Thailand's someplace that you would end up dead or ripped
Like I
or
heard
like
s-
robbed.
I've heard it's beautiful and awesome, but then it's like, where'd you go? I went to Thailand, and it's like, oh, you hoarded up or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
basically.
It's got too much stigma.
All
even
the
though I
lady
think it would be
boys you
cool.
can eat.
Oh,
And that's a
Yeah.
lot,
that's
at least for me,
yeah.
you know. All right. Well, that's our tour of the world.
That's Thailand.
It's Thailand for you.
Yep.
Yep. Nothing but whores and beautiful ocean.
Yep.
I always thought like the Philippines is like not be a good place to visit.
No, they're way too Islamic there, right?
No.
Isn't that?
It's
isn't that
Indonesia.
place where they're super Islamic?
Indonesia's super Islamic.
Oh, man, that's what I was thinking of.
No, yeah, Philippines very Catholic because they're like Spanish and oh fuck, I forget it. They have a weird influence because they're totally like Asian that like had a lot of Spanish people like way back when. So
Yeah.
they kind of like Catholicized everything, and so there's lots
Weird.
of it's like weird pseudo Spanish Asian. I don't know. That kind of seems cool now that I'm describing it. I heard the food's decent. Women are pretty. The beaches
So
are
is it-
nice.
Is it Philippines or Indonesia where they have like the, like bird fetus eggs that you eat?
Oh, it's like no, I think that might be Thailand.
No, it's not Thailand. It's one of the island chains. I think it's probably Indonesia again. Actually,
Militant Islamists and bird fetuses.
I could be. I don't remember if it's Philippines or Indonesia. I seem to get those two mixed up quite
It's
a
called
bit.
balut.
Actually, it is called balut. Yeah.
Now I'm looking it up. It is Cambodia and Vietnam.
Oh, Cambodia.
Yeah. Oh, Vietnam.
No,
That
that's
would be a
just too...
pretty country to visit.
No, every time I heard about
Oh
like,
my
the 3
god,
feet,
do not look up balut.
it's gross.
Oh my god, the pictures on Wikipedia are awful.
People eat that.
It's like fucking half-formed bird with
It is.
giant, gross, like,
Fetus head.
yolk
Yeah,
sack.
No, it's disgusting.
Ugh. Ugh. In the Philippines, though, actually, as well. So there you go.
Oh, it is Philippines. Okay.
I think it must have. Oh, it says Southeast Asia. So we're talking
Yeah.
about Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and I guess as well Philippines. Although, yeah. Oh, Tagalog. That's the language of the Philippines as well. Which I always thought was a really interesting name for a language.
Yeah.
Tagalog is an Austronesian language. What the Okay, our Wikipedia hole. I gotta get out of this. Anyway, Adam, do you have any topics?
I know it's dangerous to fall in Wikipedia holes.
That's right.
I ended up in one the other day.
That's dangerous.
Were
Were you able to dig yourself out?
I found
Shia
the most, like,
LaBeouf.
I found the most like
He was in the movie
despair
Holes.
hole.
What?
I found a despair hole.
Oh, you found a despair hole.
Yeah.
All right, let's get in there. I'm the misery vampire. I need to
If
feed.
you, you would choke to death on
Update,
the misery in this.
I have finished my lychee drink. It was delicious.
I am finishing my second angry
Empty
Record.
can. Oh, that was good. Shit. We'll order again. All right, next up.
But yeah, I went into a crazy Wikipedia hole, and I ended up at can't remember the exact name, but I think it had to do with human testing in the U.S.
Jesus.
like throughout the years.
What? How do you get there?
I don't even really
Human
remember.
testing?
Yeah,
Like drug trials?
like everything, like radiation testing on people when they didn't know, like injecting people with syphilis and then just waiting to see what happened to them.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it literally, I read like the entire
Science.
page, and by the end, I was so bummed out
Yeah,
at the human
that
race.
sounds bumming.
It was. We are horrible.
Hey, you don't want me in there.
Humans, I mean.
Yep.
But yeah, that's where I was at in Wikipedia. It was the worst.
Well, can you explain a specific situation?
One specific one?
Yeah, exactly. What was a really bad story you heard about?
So, there was some kind of study that I'm pretty sure was, at least at one point, government funded, where a bunch of people
All right,
like,
Adam,
took a bunch
sell
of...
me this. I'm going to sign up, all right?
Okay.
I'm signing up for testing. Hey,
Well, that's-
hello, sir. I'm here for the medical test.
Well, I hear you have syphilis.
Yeah, I do.
I'll tell you what.
I came back from Thailand, and I just had it.
Let me get you something that will clear that right up.
All right, awesome. Because syphilis is horrible and really
Yeah.
hard to get rid of,
It totally is.
and it ruins your brain.
It's called placibotril.
Oh, that sounds good. What's that? What's that from? Is that like some sort of I don't know, placenta or some like thing to like make me like just rejuvenate me?
Sure.
That sounds good. All right, let me try it.
Here you go.
All right, so
Have a shot. In fact, have shots every month for like years.
Okay.
Until you're like 60.
okay, sounds good. Hey, Adam.
Yeah?
All right, here I'm back for my checkup.
Yeah.
I still got
I
syphilis.
hate to tell you this. You're probably either dead or insane. You've probably infected your wife. Maybe your kids got born with it. Yeah, your life is now shit.
What? Why? What's placibotril?
It's saline solution. John, it's saline solution. For 60 years, it's saline solution.
That's a long time to keep up a ruse on someone.
Yeah, well, you're pretty dumb, John.
Well, I know I'm dumb because the syphilis has ruined my brain.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's
much
ruined your brain.
hallucinating all the time.
Basically,
I've turned into a gibbering wreck.
you're probably also poor, uneducated, and black in the South.
Oh, God.
Yes,
There's the kicker.
there's the kicker.
Oh,
I think
and
this
what
went from,
year,
like-
pray tell, was this
Okay.
test done?
I don't think it was actually 60 years. I think it was like from 1930 to 1960 or
gosh.
something. It was like 30 years.
This isn't
And,
even
like-
in the fucking early days.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like there's a control group, I'm pretty sure. I think it was just like, we're just going to give people, we're going to run the people with syphilis and give them not treatments to see how the disease progresses.
That's good.
Because that's what the study is. The study is...
How does that follow the Hippocratic Oath, Adam? That seems to
they're not-
prove nothing.
They're not doing any harm, they're just finding out the effects of it so they can better fight it.
But by not doing anything, they're doing harm.
Well, yeah.
By telling people they're getting better for 30 years, causing them serious mental, physical, and, I don't know, financial anguish.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That sounds horrible. And that's why people are like crack was invented to ruin the black man, like AIDS was invented to ruin the African American population. People, and you're like, that's far fetched, and it's like, well, look at the 30s. There's some things that were done that were kind of exactly what we're talking about, so it's not that far fetched.
I don't think it's quite that
But
far,
you can see how it isn't as crazy of a leap as you might have thought.
Right. People might think that. Actually, it's even that's probably not some of the worst one. Like, they injected kids. They injected
Children?
Yeah,
with syphilis?
There was a different study, but I think they injected them with also diseases. Like, I think syphilis might have been one of them. And
what is this, Nazi
or
Germany?
maybe it was gonorrhea. I don't remember. But there was one where they selected just mentally challenged kids, and they put them all in this home, and the home was actually just fucking for testing them.
Okay, good.
And no, that's not good, John.
That's great.
That's horrible.
I feel the despair. I'm feeding off of it.
Oh yeah, it's quite
Isn't
a meal.
that the worst Wikipedia? Because I get that way with Live Leak.
Yeah.
When I watch videos on Live Leak, and then after a while, it's let's watch some of these videos from Syria, of people shooting each other, and you're like, this is fucked up. This is way more fucked up than I thought it was gonna be.
Well, I mean, part of the thing is, and it may sound really, elitist to say this, but
oh boy, Adam Eagle Eyes elitist ham.
One of the things that made me so disappointed was that this was the U.S. doing this.
Yeah.
This is, and it's not to say that the U.S. is better than any other place, but
you like to think we are because it's where we're from.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
You hold us to a
you
higher
want
standard.
to think that. You always hold your own country to a higher standard, and I was super disappointed.
That sounds
it was
disappointing.
really sad. And some of it was government related. Some of it was just rogue scientists, I guess. That's what you want to call
those
them.
rogue scientists. They get you
Not
every
all
time.
those government funded. But then you get MK Ultra stuff where that's a whole nother thing.
What's that?
MK Ultra?
Yeah, lay it on me, ham.
That's 1960s CIA stuff where they're doing all that weird testing remote viewing and testing how to mind control people.
Oh yeah, the men who stare at goats kind of shit.
Oh yeah, and it got to the point where they were blackmailing the guy who had threatened shut them down. They had gotten him to have sex with a young boy or something, and it was nuts.
This is the American government.
They were studying ways to control people, and one of the ways was to drug people up on LSD and get them to do things they wouldn't normally do, and then blackmail them. And
Wait,
they
you need
did
to
that.
test someone for that?
They
Oh, you can blackmail someone to get them to not say anything? Let's test it.
part of it. Yeah, and they did this. They were doing this stuff in brothels. They would take over brothels, and it was insane.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Give me some LSD. Throw me in a brothel for fucking no charge.
But the funny thing was, they were using these ways, these enhanced interrogation tactics on their own people who were then wanting to shut them down. It was they went totally
rogue.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's I don't know. It's just
all right. There's the
It's
LSD
nuts.
syphilis brothel. Oh, hey, we got a treatment for you.
Exactly.
Take this injection once a
And
day.
You would be amazed at how often fucking like syphilis and gonorrhea comes up in those fucking tests. That because I guess that's the only thing we really care about curing are fucking STDs.
Well, I think a lot of it was with the military, because a lot of military men end up with STDs.
I don't know. Maybe all I know is that the vast proportion of stuff where they're like injecting people with shit is either syphilis or gonorrhea. It's nuts.
All right, so if you ever got syphilis or gonorrhea, don't go to an experimental doctor hospital.
No,
Get regular treatment.
But that's like, I don't know. There's another one where they're like there's basically this prison like warden guy basically had like this government contract where he was just using all the prisoner inmates as test subjects. And I don't know. It's
Oh God, what a great country
Yeah.
we live in, Adam. You've despaired me, the
Yeah,
misery
yeah, I know.
vampire.
it's really horrible.
That's a bad sign.
It bummed me out so much. Yeah. So
Well,
there's that.
do you have anything else uplifting, Adam?
My news story was that Tennessee passed one of those stupid fucking bills that allows people to bully LGBT.
Explain this bill. I don't know anything about this. I want you to explain it to me and the
I
audience,
might have to,
as if they don't
I have to
know.
look some of it up. So recently, I think it was Kansas and Arizona had bills that were supposedly
Removing like hate crime status from things, basically.
no, they were religious freedom bills.
Okay.
By the people who were
Okay.
trying to pass them. Basically
Yep.
saying that, if you don't want to, you don't have to provide service to, or you're not forced to do anything that you have religious qualms about. So if people want to,
Yeah.
if they're like a doctor or nurse and they,
Don't want to serve you. They
or they don't want to give out condoms, or
Okay.
they don't want to serve you because you're gay, or they don't want to do whatever. They don't have to. And there's a little bit of stuff that cropped up from, this Kansas trying to pass this and Arizona passing it. There's a lot of, stuff going on and a lot of attention given to it. And eventually they end up both getting shot down before they were even, really had a chance to do anything. But Tennessee managed to do it. They either snuck through, because I didn't hear about it until it already passed. So I don't know if they just weren't covered, or if, it's Tennessee and they don't give a shit. But let me see if I can actually give a better description of what the bill actually does. So the Tennessee Religious Viewpoints Anti-Discrimination Act allows
Okay. To allow for
Yes.
discrimination.
allows students to use religion in any manner they choose and protects their use of religion. So this one's even kind of weirder than other one, because it allows bullying in the name of religious freedom. ACLU is saying some things like, should this pass, students with a range of religious beliefs, as well as non-believers, would likely routinely be required to listen to religious messages or participate in religious exercises that conflict with their own beliefs. And conversely, if a student of a minority faith or non-believer were to obtain a position of honor, as is defined in the bill, that student would be permitted to subject all classmates to prayer and proselytizing specific to their belief. So basically what this does is it gives students who have positions of honor, I don't know if they're like head of the fucking honor society or whatever, it allows them certain abilities that would require other people to listen to this kind of stuff, I guess. It allows them basically to proselytize for whatever their thing is. So, I guess it's kind of... if somebody of minority faith or whatever got into that position, then yeah, they could do that too. But in the vast majority of cases in Tennessee, we're talking about evangelical Christian people getting these positions and being able to, organize events that are religiously based inside schools and stuff like that, which is just wrong. The bill, of course, likely violates the Establishment Clause, which is the separation of church and state in the U.S. Constitution. But, of course, that rarely stops conservative lawmakers on a religious mission. Is something else the ACLU says. So, yeah, basically, it brings the religion of whoever these students in positions of honor are basically into the classroom. Whatever their beliefs may be, whether it be atheistic or creationist or Islamic or whatever. Whatever their beliefs are is pushed upon everybody else. And they're counting that the most popular people, I guess, are going to be creationist. Is I think what they're thinking. But yeah, it allows them to say whatever they want in the name of their beliefs, and including bullying type stuff. Lectures against homosexuality.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It
does sound awful. Because it is awful. Yeah, it's just another bummer. My news has really been a bummer this week.
Yeah, Adam, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get you up
All right,
a little bit.
bring me up.
And then bring you back down. All right. So Stone Cold Steve Austin. I posted this on Facebook.
I did see this. Yeah.
He does an awesome podcast that I've always liked. And he is from Texas. And he hunts, and he owns guns, and he lives on a ranch, and he drives ATVs around. And he was a wrestler, professional for a while. But he, on his podcast, made some comments about gay marriage. And what do you think he said? He said, I don't give a shit if two guys, two gals, guy, gal, whatever it is. I believe that any human being in America or any human being in the goddamn world that wants to be married, and if it's same sex, more power to him. It also chaps my ass. Some of these churches have the high horse that they get on and say, we as a church do not believe in that, which is one of these motherfuckers talked to God, and God said same-sex marriage was a no-can-do. Okay, so two cats can't get married if they want to get married. But then a guy can go murder 14 people, molest 5 kids, and go to fucking prison and accept God, and he's going to get him into heaven after the fact that he did all that shit? See, that's all horseshit to me, and that don't jive with me.
Yeah.
Good old Stone Cold Steve
Stone
Austin.
Cold.
His podcast is amazing, and he is an amazing person, and he sounds exactly like that guy in Texas that goes to the hunting lodge and rides around on a ranch with his dog on a farm. But that is some solid fucking Stone Cold logic. I agree. That's really cool. But there's so I posted that on Facebook, and a person who I used to go to high school with.
Somebody that you used to know.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Goat YE. Posted to Facebook.
Oh, really?
Something in response. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize you were that terrible.
Really? Now I'm interested.
This person posted, so I hear former pro wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin officially supports same-gender marriages. This is amazing. I had no issues with the obscene language and the excessive beer consumption, but by his supporting of such an immoral, perverse lifestyle, I have officially lost all respect for Steve Austin.
Wow. That's what
it.
loses him.
It's like, it's okay for him to swear and drink and beat people up. But when he said it's okay for two dudes to get married, it's not cool by me. I didn't realize how terrible this guy was. Which is funny because, like, this is a kid that got picked on in school and he was a nerd. Yeah. And now he's super religious, I guess.
I'm really curious to who that is.
Super, like, right-wing for some reason. Yeah. And it's so
Most
weird.
Back then.
But it's just so weird when someone has photos on Facebook of them buying Gundam models at a fucking anime convention.
Yeah.
And they're not. How can you be intolerant when you were someone who was one of the most bullied people I've ever met?
That's true.
It's messed up.
I don't think it's I think it's something that's not too hard to understand. I think overall, the geek culture is one that has been more ready to accept.
Well, because the geek culture is a little bit about being different.
Exactly. I think
being, your own thing, your own weird cut of cloth, and just to be so intolerant is insane.
I agree.
Oh, it's like I used to defend you, and now you're indefensible, and I won't say their name. But it's just, I don't know, blows my mind. Some people, you don't know some people, and then Facebook just lets people rant about whatever they want to. And I tend to not go on my God-hating liberal rants on Facebook that I could, because I just don't want to put that on Facebook.
I sometimes do.
I sometimes do too, but to a point. I go on I fight anti-science.
Yeah, that's true.
Because science is my career. That's what I have a degree in. That's what I love and study. So that's what I defend. That's what I know everything about. So messed up.
Is. I will say though, you and Tyler were having the conversation about LGBTQ and all of your
LGBTQ, TQP, LFMY, LMFAO.
And the truth is, I've seen it both ways, as both
goat Y,
queer and questioning. In fact, I think Dan Savage, who is amazing.
I can respect queer, but questioning blows my mind.
I don't see why it would blow your mind. But he actually has a really long one. I can't remember exactly all of his, but I think there's 2 or 3 Q's, and there's also I for intersex, and I think he threw one more in there too. But yeah,
I just gonna say this: I'm not LGBTQ, but if I was, I'd want a stronger branding message.
I will agree with you there. It is kind of word salad.
LGBT, that sells T-shirts. You start throwing more in there, it gets a little long.
It does. 4 is a good number.
No offense. I want to be inclusive, but we got to pick 4 of our best acronyms and use those.
Well, I think Q's not too bad, because as I've heard it, at least, queer kind of covers the rest. Exactly.
Pretty much everything, right?
The way I've heard it used, queer is pretty much the catch-all. But in case you're worried about your manners in that area, there is a new column now written by Stephen Petro for the Washington Post called Civilities, which is now a new advice column on LGBT/straight etiquette. So LGBT straight relations, the etiquette for your non-straight friends. Yeah,
sounds good.
It's kind of like a Dear Ruth or Ask Abby.
Sally. Yeah. Ask Ruth. Dear Sally.
Sure.
Ask Ruthie.
So now you have somebody to write to.
Question Alice.
You have somebody to write to if you have your questions in that area.
Badger Bertha. Harangue Harriet. I'm getting through the words here, Adam. I don't know. That's all I got. Where you at?
Where am I at?
Where you at?
House.
Where you at? House. All right. I think it's time to end.
You think so?
I think we ended on the worst note we could. Alienated all of our listeners with our horrible liberal agenda. And now we're done. And my fucking mouth tastes like cement.
Awesome.
It's good. This has been a good day for me.
Hard apples. Cidered.
That's good. Oh my god. Oh god. Someone on my Facebook put Cake Rex. You ever go to cakerex.com? I shared you a picture. Oh.
But to tell you the truth, even that is not as good as the icon that they use in the upper right hand corner. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh,
The babies. Carrots. I don't know what the fuck.
That's from an actual
is the
cake.
Best thing I've ever seen ever.
It's one of my favorite websites, and it's completely just completely someone who I guess is just into baking and knows professional cakes. And we talked a little bit about cakes, but you go to this website and you read. You read this website, and it's just amazing cakes from people that tried a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
From what they probably could have been able to do. And then sometimes this person posts like really well done cakes as well. So you get a little mixture of shit and good stuff. My favorite looking through some of the archives is they found a Passover coconut cake recipe.
Yeah.
When you read the ingredients, it says not kosher.
That's amazing.
Which is amazing. Here's your Passover cake. Note, not kosher for Passover. All right. Good to know.
Naked Mohawk baby carrot cake or carrot jockeys.
Yep.
That's the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
There's another great one from another bakery that was also doing this for Easter to close out our podcast. They got this new style bakery cake. Got the ingredients on the back. Flip it over. They threw a Star of David on top of the cake and Sharpied over the word flour. So it's kosher.
That was the worst.
I know.
Oh, man.
Oh, people. That's our country. You got syphilis, no one will cure it from you. You got, I don't know, you got a cake you want for a birthday, someone will make a horrible, disgusting cake. Thank you for listening. The website is bornintheeighties.net. Check us out there. Send us messages. We will talk about what you said. And we will talk. And next week, Adam may or may not have some fun thing to eat. I don't know if I will. All I know is that I'm going to keep it real. And I'm going to play 800 hours of World of Warcraft.
Oh, no.
That's it.
You put me back down to despair now for the end.